I welcome you to our very last session of the forum. This morning, as you all know, we celebrated the launching of ASTN with the acknowledgement of the founding members. In order to hear from the founding members of ASTN, we'll have a short last session with the representatives from each institution. We have total of 13 institutions lined up for introduction, so please make the presentations to about 5 minutes for introduction, and we'll go in alphabetical order. So we'll start with the ASM, Academy of Sciences Malaysia, and the rest will follow in alphabetical order. Academy of Sciences Malaysia, if you could please come out.
Which one forward? This one. Next. Okay. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Chairman Park, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure to represent the Academy of Sciences, Malaysia. Our president cannot make it, so he sends his regards and, of course, his congratulations to the ASTN. Good afternoon to all. First and foremost, I would like to take this opportunity to thank KISTEP for inviting the Academy of Sciences Malaysia to become one of ASTN's founding members. It is truly an honor for ASM. We understand that ASTN aims to bring together leading figures in S&T policy making, education, and research to share innovation experiences and development strategies. It also aims to act as an active platform to discuss ideas and solutions to common innovation challenges. ASM shares the same ideals and welcomes the opportunity to work together for the common good. The ASM mandate is to serve as an STI think tank for the country and to provide a common platform for the scientific community to voice the views and contribute to STI advancement, to strive to be a thought leader and to become an apex advisory body on STI matters, and to act towards providing the best scientific advice that is independent, credible, relevant, and timely in nature. Our mission statement is to pursue excellence in the fields of science, engineering, and technology for the benefit of all, to champion STI as a key element for national development and global competitiveness, and to make STI a basis for economic development and societal well-being. Internationally, ASM mandate is to strategically position Malaysia to play a bigger role in the global STI arena, to connect global partners to national stakeholders, and by virtue of its independence, to become a strategic bridge and facilitator of partnerships and linkages between globally renowned centers of excellence and organizations and national level institutions. The Academy of Sciences Malaysia has a broad global network, as you can see there, that includes bilateral as well as multilateral networking. Through collaboration and cooperation, ASM mandate is fulfilled by translating its mission into action by undertaking STI studies and delivering programs at both national and international levels. ASM has specific programs and initiatives with the bilateral and multilateral networking partners in various focus areas, which I shall not try to go into detail here. The Academy focuses on fostering a culture of excellence in STI through an emphasis on three key elements: talent, alliance, and recognition. ASM plays the role of facilitating partnerships between Malaysian institutions and world-renowned centers of excellence for the purpose of research, collaboration, and human capital development. Asian countries share a common goal. We strive to preserve our Asian cultural values and heritage in the face of modernization and globalization. A key feature of our Asian culture is the collective spirit, where priority is given to community and family interests over an individuals. Take, for example, Korea's new community movement, sometimes called the Semaul movement, to improve the standards of living among citizens in small villages that has successfully increased Korea's average farm household income. In Malaysia, we have a similar scheme. It is called the Felda Land Scheme to fight poverty. We have just heard during this forum of similar programs that are pursuing inclusive development. These shining examples prove that preserving our cultural roots while embracing the modern world will yield exceptional development dividends. The key challenge for all Asian countries is to become more effective in using S&T to innovate in order to increase value added and productivity in the economy. For many countries, including Malaysia, they have yet to reap the full benefits of applying the results of their own R&D programs. Korea has forged ahead to become a world leader in applied R&D. Its challenge now is to build a stronger foundation in basic science, as can be observed through the setup of the Institute for Basic Sciences in 2011, with the goal of establishing 50 research centers by 2017. This is very commendable. Clearly, STI development in Asia is not homogeneous. The 6 Asian countries you can see on the chart shown on this GERD over GDP shows that there is a vast difference in the financial capacity for investments in S&T. Still, every problem can be turned into an opportunity. We should endeavor to avoid competing with each other in the same areas. Instead, through greater collaboration and cooperation, we should complement each other's strengths and compensate for each other's weaknesses. Collaboration will help to pull those who are behind while pushing those ahead to go even further. Allow me to share a collaborative model for innovation in Malaysia's palm oil industry development. The success in palm oil research, development, and commercialization in Malaysia can be attributed to the CESS system, spelled C-E-S-S. A CESS system is a tax levied on palm oil producers, which is used to provide collective RD&C funding for the entire community. This business model explicitly builds community spirit among the producers, leading to shared social development and impact in the Malaysian palm oil business. Aside from the palm oil industry, this mechanism has been successfully implemented in the rubber and timber industries. ASM has recommended to the government that this model of community-based STI development be adopted in all industrial sectors towards boosting private sector participation and investment in R&D. Our experience in Malaysia indicates that the key role of an STI think tank is to actively engage with decision makers at the very top in order to build political will for radical policy and strategy intervention. This is absolutely essential in this era of massive social and economic transformation. Likewise, for ASTM to be successful, it should assist member countries to build capacity and capability for such creative engagement. Adopting a standard framework for policy and strategy development and advocacy would be useful. ASM would be happy to share our framework for strategic intervention that is being applied at the national level. Ladies and gentlemen, we fully support the establishment of the network and would like to offer the following. Our expert network for collaborative projects, joint studies and projects, and Malaysia as a potential venue for future meetings. To return the kind hospitality of our host KISTEP and to warmly welcome all the members of ASTN. We welcome opportunities to build synergies across the Asian region through networking. By putting our best and brightest minds together, we can collectively solve existing and emerging issues faced by the Asian community and in the uniquely Asian way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next is KISTEP, Chinese Academy of Science and Technology for Development. Since we're restrained with time, please about 5 minutes of presentation will be great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just want to give a brief introduction of KISTEP. It's the Chinese Academy of Science and Technology for Development. It's set up in 1982. Its predecessor is the National Research Center for Science and Technology for Development at 2007. NRC transformed into KISTEP. And there are nearly 80 full-time researchers. Above 80% of them have got master's and doctorate degrees from multidisciplines, including the science and technology, engineering, economics, sociology, and so on. KISTEP is a comprehensive research institute directly under the Ministry of Science and Technology. Mainly conducted research on national science and technology development strategies, policies, mechanisms, management, foresight, assessment, and playing the role of S&T in facilitating social and economic development. It provides consulting service to the process of macro decision-making for national science and technology, economic and social development. KISTEP comprises 8 research institutes and 2 management departments. The research domain of the 8 research institutes, including the international science and technology strategy, policies of S&T and innovation, S&T management and system reform, technology foresight and evaluation, S&T statistics, science technology investment, industry technology policy, technology transfer, development of cluster on high-tech industry, STN innovation, development strategies for rural areas, science, ethics, science, technology, and society, and so on. The international exchange and cooperation of KISTEP. KISTEP conduct many international cooperative research projects. We cooperate with some international organizations such as UNESCO, UNDP, OECD, and World Bank, and so on to this research project. And we also set up mechanism for long-term international academic exchange. We sign MOUs with many international institutions, including KISTEP, STPI, NISTEP, and also the FAFO AIS of Norway and NISPAS of Vietnam. We also promote international S&T cooperation of training for developing countries like the ASTC. We also built the International Research and Training Center for Science and Technology Strategies. It is the first research and training Category 2 center in the field of science and technology policy and strategy and the auspices of UNESCO. So KISTEP is KISTEP is wanting to cooperate with international institutions, especially the ASTN institutions. We'd like to cooperate with you to build a better Asia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next is Economic Cooperation Organization Science Foundation.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, my sincere thanks to Dr. Younga Park for the initiative and invitation to ECO Science Foundation. I would like to share with you that since we had the invitation, we had already planned meeting of the Board of Trustees of ECO Science Foundation on 10th and 11th August. So the board has already approved our joining. So we are, by all means ready to partner on the activities and prepare. The board of ECO Science Foundation, perhaps let me give you a little bit of a background. ECO Science Foundation is a specialized agency of a 10 countries intergovernmental organization called Economic Cooperation Organization, or ECO for short. It has a secretariat in Tehran, and its 10 members include Afghanistan, Azerbaijan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyz Republic, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Turkey, and Uzbekistan, Kyrgyz Republic, of course. So this organization was earlier on called the RCD, or Regional Cooperation for Development, with 3 members, Turkey, Iran, and Pakistan, and that was established way back in 1964. But in 1985, they renamed with a renewed charter known as the Treaty of Izmir. In 1985, they became ECO. And after the collapse of Soviet Union in 1991, from 92, Afghanistan and 6 of the former Soviet states also joined this organization, this forum, and now we have 10 countries. The ECO Science Foundation has a single goal of improving socio-economic development and integration of these countries among the member states by using the science and technology as a base. And we are focusing on three main areas. One is, of course, scientific and technological research, project funding among the member states, collaborative research funding, and the other is to maintain the supply of able human resource. We are promoting the inquiry-based science education method for STEM education. And third is, of course, international cooperation for promoting the two main objectives that I mentioned. Our board has already approved this. We are strongly in support of the idea of ASTN, and I believe that building on each other's experiences, we can do quite well for the good of the member states, and perhaps the idea of Asia leading some of the innovation around the world perhaps can become true. And my suggestion here is that perhaps we could have the statutes prepared first, so that we see what are limits and provisions and responsibilities are, how it will function, and what are the main perhaps 3 or 4 areas that we would be working together. Of course, looking at our strengths and some of the areas for development. I thank you all very much. I did not make a presentation because I thought it will take a longer time. Thank you so much.
Thank you again. Next is Graduate School of National Public Policy, Chungnam National University from Korea.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So I am very happy to introduce Graduate School of National Public Policy in Chungnam National University. So I am very so sorry for my poor presentation sheet. I'm not sure, but it will maybe poorer than expected. Anyway, my graduate school was established 3 years ago, so very at the stage of settlement. So today, most member of ASTN is a research institute, but my graduate school is a higher education institute. So there will be a slightly different between my presentation and other presentations. So 3 years ago, I was the member of an initiating research institute, this graduate school of initiating member, and I am now vice dean of this school. This is Chungnam National University campus view. So here I will show the opportunity to provide interdisciplinary innovation, teaching and research. Actually, CNU is located at the middle of Daejeon and Sejong city. Sejong is the new administrative capital since 2016. So in Daejeon, as you see here, Daejeon, there are many government agencies and public research institute and management agencies. Also, in Sejong, there are many government ministries and national think tanks. So, in particular, Daedok Science Complex and Innopolis has been the largest and oldest innovation center in Korea for 40 years. So, for this reason, my graduate school was established to use individual innovation theory and practice for the teaching and researches. So, if anyone who want to know Korean experience in the field of innovation theory and policies, then my school will be good contact point. So, it's the first page of brochure in my graduate school. It's compared to another presentation is very not clear. And then, excuse me, about the, from here, we can vision of the graduate school and the courses. Actually, there are four major our graduate school: global public policy and green urban and regional policy, science and technology policy, and agriculture and food policy. Among these, science and technology policy is more directly linked to today's forum topic. Actually, science and technology policy would like to provide the student with innovation theory and its application to the diverse policy issues, like as climate change, energy crisis, aging society, and so on. This sheet shows the faculty constructor. Now, most of our school faculty come from the Chungnam National University, but in the near future, we will try to open faculty position to the outside, including international members. It's a contact point. Excuse me. Here, website and then email address. Please reference to it. And once again, I am very happy to communicate with the honorable ASTN member and the delegates. Finally, I strongly hope my school will have many chances to collaborate with the ASTN member and honorable delegates for the teaching and research of the innovation policy and practical exercise. Thank you so much.
Next is Industrial Economics and Knowledge Center from E3 Taiwan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Xiaoqing Chen. On behalf of IEK, Industrial Economic and Knowledge Center of ITRI. So first, I think I would like to express our appreciation to KISTEP to organize a very successful forum, as well as inviting us to join the ASTN network. I think due to time constraint, I will just give a very short description of IEK. As you will see later in the PowerPoint, IEK is the policy research and market research arm of ITRI, Industrial Technology Research Institute. ITRI was founded in 1973 for the purpose to assist local SMEs, because 98% of the Taiwanese companies are SME, and most of them at that time, they do not have their own in-house R&D capacity. So the government chartered the ITRI to be a non-profit organization, mainly to do applied research, and then transfer our research results to the local industries for commercialization, for the benefit of the development of the local economy. And ITRI has been a leading technology providers for various technologies and products in Taiwan. For example, like semiconductor, personal computers, in recent years, like in LED, flexible display, and those different areas. And IEK was founded in year 2000 by aggregate all the market research and policy research related personnel from different technology laboratories inside ITRI. And since our inauguration, we have been able to provide cross-disciplinary services to the local industries as well as to the government institutes. And I think the most prominent, characteristics of IEK, aside with the other think tank in Taiwan, is we have a very strong technology support from maybe more than 5,000 R&D in different vertical sectors inside ITRI. So from that point on, we can meet the constant change of our clients and to show them how to deal with their strategies or for the government development policies to cope with the ever fast changing technology as well as business environment in the knowledge economy. Aside from that, we have frequently been published for publications as well as holding seminars, not only in Taiwan, but also in the other countries, try to deliver our research results and share our research results with the other communities. I think be able to be a founding member of the ASTN, we hope we can be active contributing members to the network and to share what we have been learned for Taiwan's story for the past 40 years, how Taiwan has transformed ourselves for a low income to a more modern society. And Taiwan, aside with Korea, is one of the few countries who have been past the so-called middle income trap after World War II. So I think this will be a good opportunities for us to share with you what Taiwan has been done for the past 40 years to reach what we are today, and hope what we can contribute will be beneficial to all the other members of the ASTN. And finally, I do wish to express our appreciation again for KISTEP to inviting us to join the ASTN, and I also wish the best for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Due to some technical difficulties, I think something in the USB must have been very powerful. It's off now. Trying to set it up again. Our next is from KISTEP, Institute of Policy Management, Chinese Academy of Sciences.
Thank you. No problems. The KISTEP, the Institute of Policy and Management of Chinese Academy of Sciences, This year we celebrate our 30 years anniversary. 10 years ago, Professor Stefan Kuhlmann, you are there. We celebrate 20 years anniversary. So we have, we established in 1985, and we have 150 research staff, and plus 150 master and PhD students. And we have 12 research department, range from the science policy, science and society, and innovation and development policy, innovation and entrepreneur policy, and the science, technology, and IP policy, and also the economic and environment policy, and the sustainable development, and overall planning, operational research. So in our institute, we have scientists, social focus on policies studied, also some focus on management science. This is mainly focus on the public security and crisis management and so on. So this is, so we, in short, we serve four development: the science, technology development, innovation development, sustainable development, and social development too big. So we select some topics related to the public security and also the social sustainable development issues. That is basically. And also we have 5 CAS research centers affiliate to our institute. So one of the center is the CAS Center for Innovation and Development. This is a center jointly established by Chinese Academy and the National Development Reform Commission. And we have 4 land bodies nationwide. For example, one is the China Association for Science, yeah, and a Science Technology Policy, and something like that in the different. Annually, we have a nationwide the annual meeting. So we have a very big scientific communities, and the membership range from the universities, most all research universities. And we have journals too, yeah, but we have 7 journals. 3 of them are top journals in China in the field of management science. And so our major clients is in China is National Development Reform Commission, and Ministry of Science and Technology, and Ministry of Finance, and Ministry of Personnel Affairs, and so on. So this is regional governments also, and besides the government, our clients are the large companies, because we are authorized by the government to evaluate these the large companies, their R&D activities. That is our institute. Thank you. We would like to contribute. Yeah. President Park, yeah, you come, I have to thank you.
Thank you very much.